Hello, and welcome to How to Make a DIY Zine. Today, we're going to be making a DIY zine. Okay, so first things first, what is a zine? This might be the first time you're ever hearing of it, or if you search for this, then obviously you know what it is already. But basically, a zine is an informal magazine. It's normally a really short document booklet thing that an artist, a photographer, designer, some creative person makes to express a series of ideas or one idea that they're really passionate about. And it tends to break all the rules of formal editorial design and structure. A zine is just a place where you can get truly creative and express yourself with no bounds. So traditionally, zines were produced by creatives that wanted to skip the mainstream publishers. And these zines were often characterized by the very DIY handmade style of them, using photocopiers, typewriters, collage, and drawing to get their points across. They started to gain significant traction under the punk and underground subcultures of the 1970s and 80s. It was a very counterculture and alternative form of media at the time. So back in college, I made a photography zine as one of my projects. It was pretty standard and straightforward and boring, to be honest. And today I'm looking to do something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun. So, where do we start? Step 1, materials. So obviously we're gonna need some paper, some cardstock, something to actually do the thing on. We're gonna need pens, pencils, markers, scissors and craft knives to cut up our things, some adhesives like glue and tape, maybe some paint, a printer or a scanner, and then finally some books, photos and illustrations, some nice visual stuff to make it pop, and then just anything else that catches my eye. So I think I'm gonna take a quick trip to Goodwill to see if I can find any more fun things. I mostly went to the book section and looked through the photo books to find any cool visuals for collages. I came away with a couple and they'll definitely add some interest to the zine. Step 2, choosing a topic and theme. So choosing a topic or a theme shouldn't be too challenging. Normally it's just something that you are really passionate about. If you are an artist, hopefully you already have a message to say, a story to tell, and that's what you need to put into your zine. Put the things that you love, the things that you care about, the differences you want to see in the world, and the love that you want to share. Mix all of that up together and put that onto paper. For me, I was going back and forth between life lessons, filmmaking, art, creativity, and I think it's kind of just come down to putting all of that into the zine. So that's what my zine is going to be about. It's about how to be a creative human and overcoming the challenges that being a creative comes with. Overcoming the perfection, overcoming the resistance to sitting down and making something. Step 3, choosing a title. Okay, this is arguably one of the hardest parts of making the zine. This is your front cover. This is what everyone's gonna see. This is what you're gonna tell your friends and family, your audience, your fans, whoever it is. Hey, go check out my zine called blank. Once you've chosen your general theme, you might already have some ideas bubbling up, so put those down onto a paper. I think my best suggestion here would just be to come up with as many as possible and see what sticks. Get silly, get weird, make up the most random things, and just have fun with it. Let's see how we do. So my problem right now is that I actually have too many good ideas. There's so many titles that I want to make a zine for, but we only have one. So I think what I'm gonna do is just let these marinate. I'm gonna go on to the next step, and then maybe after making the zine, something will resonate more strongly than other things. But this is all very exciting. Step 4, content. Okay, so this is the actual meat of the project. This is where you have to sit down and do the work now. I really haven't done anything yet. I've just done planning, but now I've got to sit down and get creating. I just wanted to jump in quick and say that I've been struggling to kind of find the structure and the flow of the zine, so I decided to make a mini little zine with all of my planning and deciding like how I was gonna do things, and this was super helpful. So I just wanted to give you some suggestion. So now I'm gonna start going through and making the big stuff. This is the part where all of your creativity, all of your ideas, all of your thoughts, all of your pens, pencils, markers, paint hit the page and you start making stuff. Tell the stories you want to tell, share the messages you want to share, and paint the pictures you want to paint. Remember that a zine doesn't have to follow any of the mainstream rules. It is counterculture. It is against mainstream publishing. So have as much fun as you want, get as creative as you can, and see what comes out of it. Try to go into it with no expectations, with no preconceptions, and try to be as present as possible in the actual creation. Remember that there are no mistakes. Nothing is wrong, nothing is bad. This is all you. Don't judge yourself. It helps to create a dedicated workspace or time period in order for you to complete this project, and also so you can avoid other distractions from the world around you. Lock yourself into a bubble and let's make some magic. And finally, after 3 days straight of creating, I have made my zine. Way longer than I thought it was going to be. It's turned out to be about 40 pages, which is wild. It's longer than an average zine, but I'm so proud of how it turned out. So right now I just have a bunch of loose pages. We need to figure out how to keep this all together. The next step is binding. So when it comes to binding your zine, there are multiple different ways you can do it. I would recommend thinking about this before you start making it. I didn't do that, so I kind of screwed myself over a little bit, but it's okay. So we have the spiral, the needle and thread. You can staple it together or simply just fold it together. That would be the easiest thing. If you want to take it further, you can also get fancy and do different gluing techniques and research other ways of binding it. So this was the first book I made in university, and I did the simple needle and thread binding, which turned out pretty cool. So I think I'm gonna try and do this technique. Okay, so first things first, let's get those pages all in order. Line them up nicely. Now you want to get yourself some clamps. Clamp them down and make sure that they all line up perfectly. This is really important because once we drill the holes, we are not going to be able to change them. Up next, get yourself a drill and some drill bits. You're going to want to choose the smallest drill bit you can find. Something really small but still big enough to allow a needle to pass through it. Now leave those clamps on and start drilling. I like to do 4 holes in the side of my page. Make sure that you don't go too close to the side so that this thread doesn't rip through the paper. I went in about 1/2 centimeter. Up next, grab yourself a needle and thread. Of course, yellow thread. And now watch me try and get a needle through a hole. No! I had it. Yeah. Yes. Once you've got the needle through the hole, it's time to start threading. You basically just want to go through every single hole and make sure that it's super secure and tight. I went through each one about 3 times, making sure it was strong enough at all of the joints. Once you're done with that, you can cut off the thread and tie it up and you're good to go. And there we have it. We did it! We made a zine. Ah, it's actually done. It's bound, it is beautiful, I love it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how to make a DIY zine. I cannot tell you how long I've been wanting to do this and how proud I am of how it turned out and the fact that I can't wait to share it. If you would like to see what is in the zine, it is a guide to overcoming all of the creative struggles you might face in your creative journey. It's everything I've learned over the past couple months of making videos, and I'm super proud of it. This has taken months to make, really. The ideas in this book have come from journal entries, from sticky notes, from books, from reading, from videos, from films, from life, from all over, and I'm proud to put it all into this document right here. So if you would like to see it, there'll be a link down below. I'll be giving it out to the first 100 Patreons, so it'll be available for download as soon as you sign up. It is only $5, so it's really not that much money for the amount of work and time and effort that went into this. So yeah, if you like the video, if you would like to support me in my creative journey, I would really appreciate it. Link in the bio. And yeah, we made a zine. Woo! Thank you for watching. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.